Back to Wednesday night's problematic reordering of protocol in the House of Commons, Nick, and new evidence is emerging on that front as well.
This is a shocker. This is in The Independent. Speaker refuses to grant second Gaza debate as SNP demands investigation into Labour dirty tricks. But the main bulk of the piece is actually about Chris Bryant, who had this extraordinary interview with Cathy Newman. I mean, there's been extraordinary interviews with Cathy Newman before, and this was another. And he said, I think the whole day was grubby, and we need a system that doesn't allow people to manipulate the rules to be able to get what they want. And she goes, which you did. And he laughed and went, yeah, because you need rules to stop people like me doing bad things, is what he's saying. It's an extraordinary thing to say. He's saying that they used all the tricks, you know, they filibustered or whatever, the Labour side. So he's admitting they did it. He's saying you need to bring in laws to stop people like me doing bad things, which I just find so extraordinary. So, and Hoyle has said he won't allow a requested emergency debate on Gaza because the government will bring forward a relevant statement tomorrow. But the whole thing is ugly. Hoyle needs to go. Labour have been terrible on this, and yeah, it's shocking.
I think it was interesting, wasn't it, the parliamentary procedure episode? I wasn't on that night, but to be absolutely honest with you, I still struggle a little bit to understand the nature of the protocol that was broken and so on, because it was so extraordinary, right? It was opposition day, and then but the government get to make the First Amendment, but then. I mean,
if the government do an amendment, you're not allowed to have your amendment. That was breaking. But no, it is quite.
But it has been explained enough times now that it definitely was distorted in order to protect MPs from legitimate and plausible threat of violence.
But if we were in general having a conversation and I said to you, you know, yesterday you didn't stick to all of the rules in the House of Commons, you'd be like, why you get out of my Wetherspoons? But this particular thing is about setting a trap, and some parties were annoyed that the trap wasn't actually triggered in a way that it could have been. So, you know, if they actually would have voted on it, Labour's amendment would have been voted down, so they would have got to vote on the SNP one, and everyone could have gone home happy, apart from the trap wasn't activated.
I think there is an element of truth to that.
Isn't it about Labour pressuring the Speaker, and isn't it about the violent threats and about that?
It's about all of that, yeah. Lindsay Hoyle was definitely wrong.
It's about, but you're right, it's Chris Bryant and his ilk, and their utter cynicism are at least as much of a problem as the actual Islam's threats.
None of this was about trying to stop a war in the Middle East. This was about people playing...
That's not even on the same.
No, this is about people playing politics,
isn't it?
And they're all upset that they didn't get to play politics.
You can almost imagine the children of Gaza just standing there watching on their TV.
Well, I was writing recently saying as if Netanyahu's going to be saying, Labour, think what? What, the party that's known for anti-Semitism? I'll have a listen to them.